y'all don't know, but my dad is a car guy. I've always been I grew up with my dad. He builds cars. He was a semi-pro drag racer, and so I grew up at the track. And I love rodeo and horses, but I love being with my dad. And now he's retired, and he lives in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, just about an hour north of Tulsa. And he has a little car shop, and he buys these old hot rod cars and fixes them up and sells them, just tinkers and toys with these cars, you know. One day, the problem is my dad's a Chevrolet guy. He's a GM guy, and which I am too, but he went and bought himself a Ford Mustang. And he found out that he hates working on a Ford Mustang. So he called me up and he said, Johnny, could you come down we were living in Ohio or Michigan at the time. He said, can you come down here and help me restore this 1965 Mustang? And I'm like, absolutely. I don't know about y'all. How many of y'all had dads that worked on cars? Right, one person. Good. Great crowd. That's great. That's awesome. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I had to help my dad. And the only way that I could ever help my dad was by him screaming at me, find me a 9/16 boxing in a ranch. Right? No? Okay, well, I'm going to miss over this part. Amen. Yeah, amen. And then not only that, if you ever couldn't find it, right. And he was laying out of the car, and he starts to scream, if I have to get up out of this car, and I come find that 9/16, I'm going to beat you with it. So that's my dad. I love him. So the opportunity for me to go to Oklahoma and work with my daddy on this Mustang was a big deal, to say the least. And we worked for a solid month on restoring this 1965 Mustang. From the bottom to the top, it was a full restoration, and it was a lot of work. And when that Mustang pulled out of that garage and that light hit that, I immediately saw my life in it. And I thought, this is so familiar, similar to what God did for me. A lot of taking out the old and putting in the new, right? A lot of elbow grease, a lot of work, a lot of just working. Here's the biggest thing. Its restoration process is just that, a process. It takes time. It's hard work. It's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight. But you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it. And here's the greatest thing. When that car pulled out of that garage, I realized in a second, that car has more value now than ever in its entire history. From the time it pulled off the assembly lines in Detroit, Michigan, to now this car is 10 times the value of when it did way back then. You know why? Because it's been through the process. And I don't know about y'all, I've almost got to the place in my life when if I'm around somebody that hasn't been through something, I don't even know that I trust them. I think people that have been through something and come through something and God restored their life have so much more to say to me and have a value on their life. And so I saw that Mustang, I thought, I'm going to write a song about that. And this is a new song that we're going to release here in like a month or so. There's a video to it on YouTube. It's an awesome song. It's called The Old Mustang Is Gonna Run. Let's do that. Just in time, you see all the miles and years. The pain is faded and barely made. It can bring a man to tears. The dents and the dings and the rusty rings hide what she used to be. She may be nothing but junk to you, but she looks really good to me. The tires are flat, suspension jacked from the rough roads in her past. Yeah, the motor's blown cause the rods are thrown, but she used to be so fast. All the cracks in the pits and the windshield chips make it really hard to see. Well, she may look a little rough to you, but she means the world to me. This tired horse may be broken, and you think her life is done. Oh, but me, I see so much more. One day I know she'll be restored. Mustang's gonna run. Oh, and someday this Mustang's gonna run. Listen, this ain't what she was stupid for, or what she was supposed to be. With some love and a restoration, she will finally be free. Oh, this tired horse may be broken, and you think her life is done. Oh, but me, I see so much more. One day I know she'll be restored. And partner, that old Mustang's gonna run. Oh, and someday this Mustang's gonna run. Come on. Somewhere along the line, and I was writing this song, I realized this song is not about a car, not about some just car on the block somewhere. This song was about me. This song is about what God did in my life. That He gave me a second chance. That He's in the restoration business, and He never gave up on me. And He sees pure value in me. So I had to write this last verse to say just exactly that. Listen to this. I'm withered and worn, tattered and torn from the miles and the years. My heart was jaded, my mind was faded, but I shed a lot of tears. Well, the scars and the pain and the guilt and shame show who I used to be. Well, I